Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be a dupes video. I'm very excited for this because Too Faced released a holiday palette called the Gingerbread Spice, and actually it looks really nice, and it's actually in the tin packaging, unlike their usual holiday releases in the cardboard packaging, which is not as nice. And most people do like that package or that formula that they have in that tin packaging, and the colors are beautiful. But I started looking through my collection and I found I definitely have similar colors. You probably do too. So I'm just kind of gonna give you my version of the dupes. These are not exact colors, but I feel like I can get very similar looks using these colors. So let's get into it. So the first color is pretty simple. It's a matte warm brown, and this is Coastal Scents Oatmeal Tan. I'm sure we all have very similar shades. This one is really good though. I do like it. I do have it in the crease today, and there's the swatch. So Coastal Scents Oatmeal Tan, that is a good one. Next up, there is a gold in the palette, which I'm sure we all have golds, but this is just one that I think I depotted this from the Morphe 3502, but we all have gold shades. And this one is a kind of lighter gold, which is what I noticed that they had in the palette. It's kind of hard to see there, but there it is. Now, a color that really stood out to me was this kind of pumpkin orange. And I couldn't find that in a single eyeshadow actually. So I did pull out this palette. This is the e.l.f. Jewel Pop. I really like this palette, by the way. The quality on this is amazing. And this color here is the closest thing I have to a pumpkin orange in my collection, and it's a really good shade. So there it is there. Definitely a pumpkin orange, and it's a really pretty color. Now, one of the other colors that really stood out to me in this palette was kind of a darker plummy purple. So I found this one. I think it's fairly similar looking. It's Coastal Scents Vibrant Plum. And it's a really pretty color. I think the Coastal Scents eyeshadows are great, and they're only, I think, $2.95 each. So there it is, Vibrant Plum. I feel like that's a really good one. Another color that really stood out to me in this palette was, it was a matte plummy pinky color. And this is actually the color I'm wearing on my lid today. This is Coastal Scents Wineberry. Now it looks like a shimmer in the pan, but it's really more of a satin. When I put it on the eyes, it's pretty much matte, which is kind of strange, but it's a pretty color. There it is, Coastal Scents Wineberry. I feel like this is actually really close to the one in the palette. Now I haven't seen the palette in person or anything. Obviously, I'm just going by pictures online, and the picture I'm inserting is from Trend Mood. Another color in this palette that I thought was super pretty, but I feel like most of us have in our collection, it was basically like a brown bronze shimmer, and I really like those kind of colors. This is Coastal Scents Boho Mocha. This is a really good color. There it is there, really pretty. Now, another color in the palette that I thought was more on the unique side, it's kind of a plummy, shimmery burgundy color. And I feel like this one's fairly close. This is Thulian Pink by Coastal Scents, and I really like this one. It is quite pigmented. It does show up a little bit more pink in the swatch, probably more so than the one in the palette, but it is still kind of like a burgundy, purpley shimmer. For the last color that I chose to dupe, it is more of a purpley, stronger purple shimmer. I don't know that this is exactly like the one in the palette, but I think you could get a similar look. This is Coastal Scents Amethyst. This is definitely one of my favorite of the hot pots. So there it is right there. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of the last one in the palette that's really unique. There are also, there's a few champagne kind of shimmers and some browns in this palette, which I feel like most of us have. But these are the colors that I picked out. And I do feel like you could get similar looks. I feel like the ones I picked tend to lean a bit more purple than some of the ones in the palette, but I feel like with the pumpkin orange, the burgundy, the maroon, this bronze, the gold, I feel like I could get really similar looks with these colors. It's totally a beautiful palette, and I will say that I don't plan on getting this just because I am on eyeshadow overload right now, but I am impressed that Too Faced did release a more interesting palette for their holiday collection and didn't just do the same thing in their cardboard packaging, although maybe they are releasing one of those too, I don't really know. But yeah, I feel like these are similar colors, obviously not exact, but you could definitely get similar vibes. So let me know, are you getting this Too Faced palette? Are there any other holiday releases that are sparking your interest? Let me know. And I'll also link, I have a whole dupes playlist, so I will link that as well. Thank you for watching.